Have you ever found yourself fiercely defending an opinion at work or arguing a political point with a friend, only to realize mid-sentence that you cannot actually explain why you believe it? Your brain insists you are correct, but the words to prove it simply aren't there. This disconnect was identified thousands of years ago by the Greek philosopher Socrates. He pioneered a rigorous method of inquiry designed to pull back the curtain on human logic. This framework operates like a cognitive X-ray. It maps the structure of your thoughts to separate verified knowledge from the cloud of unconscious assumptions. Consider a common low-stakes belief: I need a new phone to be productive. By examining that specific thought, we find the isolated data points underneath. Are you actually missing features, or did you just absorb the narrative of a clever advertisement? Unchecked assumptions hide in the background of almost every daily choice. Socratic questioning is a mechanical process for navigating life. It ensures your next move is based on reality rather than a reflex. The first obstacle to examining our own minds is the nature of the beliefs themselves. We naturally hide behind vague, messy feelings. To start the interrogation, force the belief into 3 crisp, testable points on this notepad. If you cannot summarize a position clearly, you likely haven't mastered the logic behind it yet. We can apply this to something high stakes and emotional. Convince yourself that my coworker is actively trying to sabotage me, and the belief becomes a load-bearing structure in your mind. Now we look for the evidence. As you strip away ego and isolate raw data, you pull out the unsupported blocks. Did they actually undermine your project, or did you simply interpret a missed email through the lens of your own insecurity? Try this now. Pause the video. Identify a recent strong opinion you've held and attempt to list 3 pieces of pure, undeniable evidence for it. If you struggle to find data that exists independently of your feelings, the tower is unstable. It is a belief bound to collapse under the slightest pressure. We can further test the edges of an idea by looking at its implications. Ask what happens if the belief is absolutely true, and then what happens if it is absolutely false. While these tools are effective, they carry a historical warning. In ancient Athens, Socrates used this method of uninvited interrogation to relentlessly dismantle the beliefs of everyone he met. This behavioral edge case had a lethal consequence. The citizens grew so resentful of his constant questioning that they sentenced him to drink poison. Use this framework to explore the contents of your own mind. Avoid interrogating others unless they explicitly invite you to help them find clarity. Personal excavation leads to growth, while uninvited debate leads to animosity. We can apply the full gauntlet to a common societal fallacy: the idea that success requires crushing the competition. Follow the logic tree. If success requires crushing a rival, then every partnership is a liability and every market is finite. However, if we define success as the creation of value, then competitors become benchmarks for improvement. In a value-based model, the crushing premise reveals itself as a personal preference rather than a law of reality. This methodology follows a clear path: define the idea in bullet points, isolate raw evidence, weigh the opposite perspective, and apply the findings. Screenshot the current frame. Save this in your journal for the next time you feel an unexamined reaction taking over. Socratic questioning verifies the foundation beneath your feet. It leaves you standing on something solid.